फ्रेंड्स, मैं हूं सुधा झा। मेरा प्रोफेशन है टीचिंग। फॉर लास्ट 22 ईयर्स मैं इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ा रही हूँ बच्चों को। तो चलिए मैं और आप इकोनॉमिक्स की जर्नी की तरफ आगे बढ़ते हैं। We are moving with the topic, the story of village Palampur. The first chapter, in that we studied there that it is a hypothetical village, correct? So today we are proceeding with the production process. As I said you, farming is the main activity. So people there do production. You might have heard this word production in your geography for last 2 3 years. But what does this word production means? Production means conversion of inputs into outputs. Then again a question comes to the mind, what is input? Input means the things which are used in the factory for the production of a particular commodity. For example, you use sugar in your house. Sugar is produced with the help of sugarcane. I need sugarcane, that is input. I need machine to convert sugarcane into the juice and then into the crystal. So machine is also input. Then I need the labor who will bring this sugarcane from the stock where it is kept to the office or to the factory where it is needed. So labor is also needed, that is also input. To buy the sugarcane or to buy the machines, I need money, and the money is the capital. So all these things which are used during the process to make one final good. Final good kya hai hamara? Sugar. So that all things what we have used, we call it as inputs. So conversion of input into output is known as production. Conversion of input into output is known as production. When I speak factors of production, like you have studied LCM, correct? So you find the factors. Like that, production is also a process in which we involve several things in it. Especially when I speak for factors of production, it means I am talking about 4 factors of production. Just see the slide. Now here, this slide might be seen on your mobile or laptop or PC, whatever you are using for study now. So 4 factors of productions we speak, and we divide into 4 areas, that is land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Correct? This land, when I speak, it comes to your mind, plain land which is there where you play is a land. No. In economics, land is the free gift of nature. Land is the free gift of nature given to us. Anything which is present on the land or inside the land comes in the category of land. For example, the river, the forest, the mountains. When I speak inside, with the water level, or I speak about the mines, fossil fuel, everything comes in land, because all these things are not made by man. So all these things which are on the land or inside the land comes in the category of land in economics. So your river, your forest, your mines, your mountains, these all things come in land. I hope so the land is very clear to you all. Now moving to the next factor of production, we call it as labor. What is labor? You know the word, labors are working. But what is labor? Person who puts his effort, any human being who puts his effort is known as labor. Any effort put to do any work is labor. Whether I put my physical effort or I put my mental effort, that is labor. When this labor does any work, naturally he or she needs the return back. That is some remuneration. And when the labor provides his services or human effort, he gets in return the wages. We call it sometimes salaries. When the people using mental labor, they are doing the work, they call it as salaries. Wages we use for those day-to-day activity. Correct. So can be unskilled, it can be hired. Different types of labors are present. Same thing for land also. When I'm using the land, for the land, what to pay? For example, if I need to start a sugar industry, I need to make the factory. The person who is providing me land, the person who is providing me land, I have to pay in return, and that is known as rent. That is known as rent. Correct? So for land, the reward is rent. For the labor, the reward is salary. If salary, labor, we define it as wages. Salary means a person who is doing physical work, mental work, and at the end of the month, amount is either given to him in cash or it goes into the bank. That is his salary. Correct? So any person doing mental work gets the salary. Any person doing physical work, that to day work every day, they get wages. Now I'm coming to capital. In class 9, we use the word physical capital, but in economics, we actually use the word capital only. Why they are using physical capital means that part which can be seen or touched by you. That is why we call it as physical capital. Physical means anything which is in existence. Money is in existence. We call it as capital. So physical capital, but I categorize this physical capital into two different categories. One is working capital, other is fixed capital. When I speak about working capital, it means the money which is utilized for day-to-day activity. Money which is utilized for day-to-day activity in any factory is known as working capital. Correct? For example, raw materials or money in hand, what I have to keep daily. For example, the laborers who are working daily, I have to give them the wages. I have to give them the wages. So the wages what I have to give them daily at the end of the day at 5 p.m. that is what is working capital, because daily I have to pay. When I buy raw material, for example, just now I said sugar cane for sugar industry. So whenever I buy sugar cane, I need to make the payment there. So this is every now and then. It means nearly on daily basis. What money I need is known as working capital. Correct? When I speak about physical capital, here also I need money. But this money is utilized in buying such an equipment which can be used for years. For example, the machine which is used in sugar industry, when sugar cane is converted into sugar. The machine we don't buy every day, we don't buy every month, we don't buy every year. It is used for 15 to 20 years. After that, we change the machine. It means the money which has been used in buying that machine, and I'm using that machine for 15 or 20 years, I call it as fixed capital. So money which is needed for day-to-day work, correct? Every now and then, either for buying raw materials or money in hand to make the payment to the laborers as wages, we call it as working capital. The money which is utilized in buying the plant, the machinery, the building, which can be used for years, that is known as fixed capital. That is known as fixed capital. So this capital word in class 9 has been used as physical capital. Now, entrepreneur, this word in your book has been written as human capital. Why? As the name indicates, it means a person who has a special effort. See, here I said physical capital. Now I'm using the word human capital. They are also capital, but they are human beings because they are the one who has to make these other three factors of production to work together. Land without a man cannot work. A man has to think what to make on land, how this land to be utilized. Should I make it as a factory or should I go for the production of any crop? Laborers are there. Who, what direction should I give to the labor? How the labor will work, from which time to which time, which labor will work in which area. So this human capital has to decide. Physical capital, the money which is there, money itself will not go and buy the raw material. It has to be decided by the human capital where to send, how to buy the working capital things or the fixed capital things, how to utilize it. So we call it as human capital or entrepreneur. So entrepreneur is that particular important factor of production which makes other three factors of production to work. So here, the fourth factor of production, that is the human capital or entrepreneur, plays a very important role because without him, other three factors cannot work by itself. It is entrepreneur who makes the other factors of production combine and the result is out. That is the input is converted into output. Correct. So factors of production, even when I am teaching you this chapter, the story of village Palampur, here also the farmer, the large scale farmer is the entrepreneur. He gives his land to the landless laborer. He appoints them as a laborer. His own land is asking the laborer to do the work, and then he is using his money in buying the inputs for his farm. Or sometimes he needs the capital to make the payment to the laborer. So until unless these four factors of production unite together, we can't have the production. In this particular chapter, we are going to read about land, labor, capital, and the fourth, that is a human capital, we will be reading as a second chapter, that is people as a resource. Correct. So today we have learned what is production, conversion of inputs into output, then factors of production, land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, then physical capital, working capital, and fixed capital. The other name of entrepreneur is human capital. This is very, very important. Okay. So topic today for economics is this much.